So we're here at iLead Agua Dulce with Team Aloe Vera, who is their project's been chosen to go to the Kennedy Space Center next year. And the project will be taking up to the spaceport, SpaceX. So we are here with Mrs. Morrison and some of the group members, and we're going to talk a little bit about how their project came together, how they came up with the idea, and what the next step is now that they've been chosen, how that works, how they get there, if they have to fundraise to get there, and what they're looking forward to in the next step. So maybe Mrs. Morrison can start off with that.
Sure. So this project required learners to design an experiment that could potentially be conducted on the International Space Station. At first, we didn't really know what to send up. We have a really tiny test tube called a mix stick, and it has really small compartments, so it was kind of challenging to figure out how we could best use this to benefit astronauts. And so what we did is we went online and we researched various problems that astronauts faced in space. We know that they face anxiety a lot of times, depression, because they are up there so long away from their families and kind of living in really cramped quarters. However, this group actually found that astronauts face poor air quality when living on the International Space Station, and so they researched various plants that help purify the air, and what they found was that aloe vera was really beneficial in that. Aloe vera is often used in homes to help purify the air, and they learned that on the International Space Station a lot of harmful chemicals can be eliminated from the air, specifically cancer-causing chemicals such as benzene and what's that?
Formaldehyde.
Okay. And so they were wondering if perhaps aloe vera would germinate in outer space so that they can help with air purification.
Okay, and how many submissions were there there were?
I believe it was close to, do you guys remember?
100 something.
I thought it was more than 100.
Yeah, it was 125, 30 or something.
Yeah.
So you were chosen out of, there were a few groups and you were one of them.
Yes,
Okay.
and the groups, there was a range from, I believe, 4th grade all the way up through high school, and we were, you know, part of that and
That's
selected.
great.
And I had 4 groups myself, and 2 of my groups were actually selected, and in the semifinals there were 5 groups left, and 2 of my groups placed in that.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then when it was narrowed down even further, they came out as being chosen.
Okay, and so the next step is now next year you get to go and see it take
Yes,
off
so
into space.
There is a tentative launch date of December 18th.
Okay.
However, that does change frequently, just kind of based on things such as weather or other things that are happening at the time. So we'll have to fundraise in order to help send us all to Florida, and we had a bunch of different ideas. Maybe we talked about maybe having dances, or maybe even another bake sale to help get us there.
Okay, great. Or even like a movie night.
Yeah, something
out here
like that.
in the grass would be
that.
pretty.
Yes.
Now that you have grass again.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so Leo, can you tell me a little bit about your role and how how excited you are for the next step, or anything you want to say about your project?
Yeah. I'm sorry to cut you off, but why don't you talk a little bit about how you were originally in another group?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So originally I was in a kidney beans group, and the reason that we chose kidney beans is because they're small and they beans help with depression, and we learned from an article that astronauts face depression. And sadly, we didn't even make it to the semifinals. So person that was in this group couldn't participate, so I decided to step in.
Well, you were chosen.
I was chosen to step
He was
in.
selected because I felt that he was really engaged in the project, and he put forth a lot of effort, and I felt as though he should move on. So I asked him if he would like to.
Great, and he's a good fit.
Included. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, Kaylee. And so the next step, are you looking forward to it? And
Yes, I am very much so looking forward to going to Florida.
Good.
I feel like it's very exciting that we get to send our project up to outer space.
And like we learned yesterday, only a very, very
Like, what was
small
it?
0.00001 percentage of learners ever get the chance to send anything to space. Yeah, we're part of that. It's something we will remember, I think, our whole lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what exciting thing do you want to say? Round it off.
I'm just really excited that we've had this opportunity, and I think that not and like normal schools wouldn't have this opportunity. That this is something that's really unique to iLead and charter, and that's really important.
That's awesome. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And